What's the deal, collective? I hope all are doing well. And you're having a blessed day, afternoon, or evening when you come across this reading. You already know if you watch me with a good heart and good intentions, you are blessed and protected. But if you watch me with any ill will or malintentions, or even else will go blind 144,000 times. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it, right? Because it's actually a message, right? I'm not even going to bang any bells or do anything because this is actually a message. So I'm watching TV all day, right? And I'm like, okay, I wasn't even gonna get a line, but I was like, let me take a break, right? I was going to watch a reading, so I came on YouTube because I've been cramming and watching a TV show all day and yesterday. I've just been in my zone, resting and relaxing this weekend, right? So I was like, let me go see what if any I pick up on anything, or if there's a message that I need to look at, information that I need to know. So I scroll, and the first thing I see is a video of a snake, a real snake, that has eaten its own tail. And I watched the video for a little bit to see what was the point of the video, and it's that a real snake ended up eating its own tail, and the owner was figuring out a way of how to unravel it. So he was showing you how to unravel a snake that ate its own tail. So I was like, I know that's a message, because that's the Oroboros, right? So I was like, I know that that's the beginning to an end. Hey. I know that the Oroboros, a snake eating its own tail, is the Oroboros, or the Oroboros, however you call it, right? So I was like, okay, let's go see what it means in full, completely, in a positive and the negative, because there's always a positive and a negative to everything. So we already know what it really means, most people know what it means. So if you don't, we're going to go through the meaning of what Oroboros, or Oroboros, the snake eating its own tail, means. And this is a message to the energy that's out there, for the collective energy and the karmic collective energy, or whoever is the karmic in your life. So the Oroboros is an ancient symbol found in many cultures, including ancient Egypt, Greece, and alchemy, and various spiritual traditions. And it typically represents eternity and infinity, meaning a never-ending cycle without a true beginning or end. So when I read that, I was like, okay, there could be somebody that's going through a never-ending cycle, and there's never going to be a beginning or end to their cycle. So I said, okay. And then it says death and rebirth. So we already know what death and rebirth, something has to end for something to come, to grow, So ending that leads to a new beginning. So I was like, okay, collective, there's about to be an ending that leads to a new beginning for you. Somebody's in a never-ending cycle that has no beginning and no end, and you are having an ending that leads to a new beginning, right? And I can take the S for myself. So then as I proceed, it says transformation, continuous growth, evolution, and renewal. And that's what the collective energy is in. We're in a continuous growth. We're in a transformation. We're going through some type of evolution. We're going through some type of renewal, right? We're rebirthing. We're growing from our trials and our tribulations. So that's the cycle of life, because that's what that also means. The cycle of life, creation, destruction, and recreation. So this creation is happening, destruction is happening, and recreation is happening all at the same time. Unity and wholeness, it also represents. Everything is interconnected, meaning we are all connected. We are all one. So everything is happening all at the same time. 411, as I look at the screen, giving you information. So collective, as we're going through a new beginning, someone is going through an end. While we're having a rebirth, someone is going through some type of destruction. And it's going to happen simultaneously at the same time. So it's saying that in a spiritual esoteric tradition, it represents a reminder that life moves in cycles, and that transformation can change from period of difficulty or period of difficulty or change. It also has been used in alchemy to symbolize the process of purification and renewal. So you're going through some type of purification and renewal. You confirmation with the sirens. Confirmation with the sirens. You're going through some type of transformation that's emerging you from a period of difficulty. And you're going through a change. It says it also symbolizes various works throughout history, including ancient Egyptian texts and alchemical manuscripts associated with the concept of transformation and unity of opposites. So there's about to be some type of unity of the opposites. There's about to be a unity. So something is coming to an end. It also related to the idea of eternal cycle found in many philosophical and spiritual systems. So I said, okay, that's positive. We all for the positive, right? So I said, what's the negative? Because there's always a negative, and a lot of us are dealing with karmic energy and shit like that. So what's the negative? So let's see what the negative is, right? The negative is self-destruction, and it means that a person is harming themselves through their own actions, habits, and decisions. So this karmic energy, we all know that their decisions have been self-destructive, and they've been causing damage to themselves, and they've been self-sabotaging themselves. It's a toxic cycle that keeps repeating the same unhealthy patterns, relationship mistakes without growth. So this energy keeps repeating. Again, we already had somebody's in a circle or repeat a cycle that has no beginning and no end. So so this person or this energy is feeling stuck in a never-ending loop with no progress. So they keep doing, like I said, this energy continuously over and over. They're going to repeat a cycle. They keep repeating a cycle. They keep going around and around and around in circles. Somebody could be busy, okay, at this point. Obsession. So somebody's obsessed. Becoming consumed by one's own thoughts, fears, grudges, or desires. So we already know somebody is in obsessive energy. They obsessed with the collective because of their fears, because they're holding some grudge, and of their desires. This is the energy that's coming out in general in an entire reading. This is the download that I'm getting. Self-sabotage. Undermining opportunity, success, or happiness. So they success on themselves. Karmic repetition. I'm talking and I have a lisp. So there's energy. Definitely that has some type of repeatedly same lessons because they have not been learned. Obtain energy from a healthy source. It's not funny. Decay and collapse. A system, organization, or a person own resources until nothing remains. So, in other words, they're consuming their own energy because they cannot siphon from the collective energy any longer or anymore. They can't tap in. They trying to get the next hit, and they can't get the next hit. They can't get high off of you, collective. So they trying to get the next hit off of the collective energy, and they can't get it. So now they're siphoning off themselves, and it's not the same. It's not hitting the same. Not only that, their resources, their finances are done. It literally says consuming its own resources until nothing remains. They're about to have nothing. These people are about to be broke with nothing. I'm going to continue reading. It says, from a psychological perspective, it can symbolize someone caught in a cycle of anger, resentment, revenge, addiction, or destructive thinking that continually feed itself. In some spiritual interpretation, a negatively expressed Oroboros may represent a person or a group who hatred, envy, or gossip, manipulation, or harmful actions eventually return to affect these people are getting karma and they cannot escape it. Moral of the story and the download of me seeing that Oroboros, the snake eating its own tail. These people are consuming themselves and they're on a repeated soup. I don't know why I said that. Repeated loop, because I got soup on the stove. Repeated loop of self-destruction and endless unhealthy repetition while you're going through a renewal and a transformation. You're the positive aspect. The collective is the positive aspect of the Oroboros, and the karmic collective is the negative of it. These people have unhealthy patterns. Whatever organization with money, they're losing their money. Whatever organization was involved, is their money is being done. They carry parasitic. They have parasitic energy. They're consumed. They are a virus. They have the cooties. You got to stay away. It's like they got the chicken pox, and you don't want to get near them, because if you get near them, you're going to get the chicken pox too. So you want to stay away from them motherfuckers. Fuck up. That, yeah. Or that other shit. The measles, the mumps, the measles, whatever. However, back in the day, that sickness was not good. The measles or something like that was not a good one. You used to die from that. That's that shit you want to keep away. Okay? Don't cough on me. Don't touch me. Don't breathe on me. Stay away. Collective, at the end of the day, and at the end of this cycle, they are self-destructing and having a complete collapse. There's a reason why that little video from me taking a break from watching my TV show. That's the first thing that I see, is a snake eating its own tail. I was like, is that a message for me or just in general? But I decided to share it. I also share it in the community, because I was like, that's a message. But I didn't share the negative part. So I was like, fuck it. Let's go online and talk about it. Because you know they're watching. And I'm not pulling cards. This was not an energy that I'm pulling cards from. This was me seeing a random video and me researching it and still getting the same message that I would get pulling cards. Just for shits and giggles. Let's pull cards, see what happens. Oh, look. Just for shits and giggles, the first card that I pull, I swear to God, a storm is coming. Like I said, it would be the same shit that I would be pulling cards. A storm is coming. They are in a self-destructive energy, and there's nothing they can do about it. All I did was pull one card, and the first one card that I pulled is a storm is coming. And I literally just pulled it. I should have just removed the sticker first before I pulled it, but hey, it is what it is. STD, syphilis, even worse. Somebody's sick. They have a STD. They might not have syphilis, but they have a STD. They have a sickness. So still same shit. A storm is coming. Look at that. Heathens. Still same energy. In camera, me pulling. And a storm is coming for these heathens. The energy don't lie. In the work community, trying to set you up for money fraud. Look. It is the same shit. What this will represent, self-sabotage, confirmation with the sirens, a karmic repetition, repeatedly facing same lessons because they have not been learned, parasitic energy, or this decay and collapse because they're trying to set you up for money fraud. A storm is coming because they're trying to set you up for money fraud. Shunned and casted out of a society, group, coven, clique, or family. Confirmation belch. I mean, let's see. Let's see one more card. Ooh, why? Because of this necromancy. It says the Oroboros has connections to spirituality, right? And alchemy. Alchemy is spell work. Hacking. They were hacking in the work community. This could be my energy because they was hacking my YouTube app. So they could be also hacking other people's. I'm not the only one going through this. Oh, look, setup. A storm is coming because they try to set you up for money fraud. Setup because they try to set you up. Collective, they try to set me up. They try to set you up. Justice. They were in cocky and look, I'm telling you. They were trying to set you up. They were beating their chest like they were King Kong, but you were whole Caesar. Cocky energy. They were in cocky energy, beating their chest like they were King Kong, but you were in Caesar. You were Caesar. You're smart. You want to know what the next card is? Justice. Oh. So it doesn't matter if I would have got on here and pulled cards, or me just coming across that video of the snake eating its own tail and me doing just one little research on it and just getting the definition of the damn what it is, negative and positive, and we getting the same energy that I will pull from a card, and it's still coming out on the cards. It's still the same message. This energy, there's a storm coming, there's destruction coming for this karmic energy, because they try to set you up for money fraud, because they were in a cocky energy, beating their chest like they were King Kong, but you a whole Caesar, you smart, you intelligent, and you getting justice because these heathens were doing necromancy on you, and now these motherfuckers, because they couldn't get away with whatever the fuck they were doing, they getting casted out of an organization or family. Motherfuckers got an STD, a sickness they can't heal from, and they were out here fucking with you and hacking your shit in your work community. Trying to set you up for money fraud. Hacking your work community, trying to set you up for money fraud. That's what they were doing to me, trying to hack my YouTube. Trying to set me up for money fraud. Yeah, that's why all the shutdowns of my video was happening. They having sleepless nights and restless days. They can't sleep. They can't sleep, baby. They can't eat, baby. They can't go on, baby. They about to lose their life. Time magic. They were out here doing time magic. I forgot to put the pen. The shit is not even angled properly. My bad, collective. They was doing time magic, collective. Now they nervous. Because they were out here beating their chest like King Kong when you a whole motherfucking Caesar. Motherfucking Caesar. I like that movie. When I did other. We got cursed contract. They cursed their contract. Ooh. What we said. Isn't it the same energy? Self-destruction, toxic cycles, being trapped, obsession, self-sabotage, karmic repetition, parasitic energy, decay, and collapse. Isn't that the same thing that we got here going on right here on this table? Oh. I just heard, I thought she was a fraud, though. Somebody said that I was a fraud. I literally heard, I thought she said, I literally just heard, I thought you said she was a, I just heard that in my head. Not even, I thought she said, like, literally, just like that. I thought you said she was a fraud, though. Just like that. I heard it. Somebody said that I was a fraud, that I was fake, that I wasn't a real reader. Did somebody say that? Somebody's been going around saying that I'm a fraud, that I'm not a real reader. I guess today this reading proves that I am real, because the same shit that I just said before pulling this card is still coming out on this energy. So I can't be too fake, right? I'm just saying. Anonymous tip. Somebody gave an anonymous tip. Somebody could have ratted on them for trying to set you up for money fraud, or to set me up for money fraud. It says if they don't confess, their life would be a mess and they stress. Yep, somebody snitched on them and now they got to confess. Because what collective, I said there was somebody in my energy that got a speech impediment. Look, it came out. I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. Speech impediment, slur or mumble. I was slurring when I was talking. Somebody with a speech impediment that slurs or mumbles better confess, or they're going to be a mess. And somebody snitched on this person. See? They need to go heal. They need to go heal. It says, you are a chosen one the world is calling for. Somebody was beating their chest like they were King Kong, but you a whole chosen one, collective. You a whole Caesar. They don't got no magic. They don't got no magic. Related to you by marriage. This is somebody related to you or to me by a marriage. Lord have mercy. And they about to get confronted in an inappropriate way. And they nervous. Because they know they're about to get confronted. Yeah, another one bites the dust. They defeated. They curse their contract. This person that got a speech impediment, that slurs or mumbles, was hacking something in your work community, and you get injustice. They cursed their contract because they were trying to curse your contract. They were trying to set you up or me up for money fraud, for a setup. Somebody snitched on this bitch for trying to set you up. Now they need to confess. And this is somebody that's related to you, but not your blood. They're related to you by a marriage. So your in-laws, it could be any of your in-laws. Your mother's in-laws, your father's in-laws, your sister's in-laws, your uncles, your aunts' in-laws. Anybody that married into your family, any part of your family, will be considered your in-laws. Not just your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. It's anybody that married to any part of your family. Somebody is trying to send me spell work right now. Something is long overdue. You mad? You trying to send me spell work? You trying to attack my temple, my crown? They were all up in your business. My business being nosy. Somebody's mad and heated right now. They're getting evicted. Somebody's getting evicted out of this organization, a home, a family, a coven, a clique. They getting evicted. They getting kicked out. Yeah, look what I said. Endings happening. I don't know what else to keep on. Yeah, your ex-lover's family involvement. This could be your ex-lover's family involvement as well. No inching confirmation. Ex-lover family involvement. I said in-laws. So it could be your in-laws, your ex-lover's family. Somebody you could have been in a relationship with. Somebody you was married to. Somebody's ex-lover's family. Yours or someone else's. Collective. They broke all types of laws to come for you, collective. To do whatever they was doing. They broke all types of motherfucking laws. Yeah, they better make peace with this imperfection that's coming in their life. Because like I said, I seen that video for a reason. The snake eating its own tail. Like I said, we're going to repeat where this energy is. Because it's the same energy here. It's just a little bit more in detail of why they're in a self-destructive energy. Why they're getting a complete collapse and decay. This is just giving us why. And it's because they try to set you up for money fraud. That's why. So now they trapped. Now they being trapped and feeling stuck in a never-ending loop with no progress. They're not getting no progress when it comes to trying to set you up for money with this money fraud. They obsessed and consumed by their own thoughts, greed, fear, or grudge, whatever, desire. And it's the desire that they was desiring this. They have some type of grudge against you, or they live in fear. They are on a karmic repetition, a repeated cycle of self-destruction, a toxic cycle, a never-ending toxic cycle going around and around. And the thing that comes in my head is ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, they all fall down. Posy is another form of poser, imposter, fraud, a fake, a counterfeit. That's what a posy is. Someone who pretends to be something that they're not. Someone who wears a mask. A wannabe. And always in somebody else's motherfucking energy, but never their own. They don't even know what their identity is anymore. Who are they? Who are they really? They would have no idea because they're always in somebody else's energy. They have none. So these people need to make peace with this imperfection that's happening in their life. That they did not get away with trying to set you up for money fraud. And they will be getting karma for what is happening. What they did to make you happen to you. Somebody says what is happening. Because that didn't make sense in what I said. So somebody's saying what is happening. What is happening is karmics are getting karma. Somebody's trying to scramble my words. They're trying to get me to give out some type of miscommunication. I don't know what you're trying to get me to confess or say, because there's nothing that I need to say or confess to. You're trying to get me to say something, give you information, provide you with something, get something to slip up. I don't know what you think you're trying. But whatever mental manipulation that you think that you're doing, it's not working. You're working real hard on trying to obtain some type of information that there's nothing to obtain. I'm not a corrupted person like you. So there ain't nothing for me to spill the beans on. I just heard, just spill the beans, man. There ain't nothing for me to spill the beans on. I don't know what to tell y'all people. I'm actually a good person. I don't commit crimes. I don't do no scams, cons. I don't do none of those things. You don't get you nowhere. I don't know. I'm actually a dull person. I don't do bad things. I don't know if you want to call that dull. Like she's lame because she don't do bad things, and I guess I'm a lame. I be a lame that's in the right, I guess. Because in reality, you the lame. You out here hurting and harming people to get up in life. So in reality, you the real lame. But if you want to seem like I'm a lame because I'm a good person, then hey, I guess all good people are lames. Hey, we don't commit crimes. We don't hurt people. We're not hurting people out in this world. We hurt people healing. So we're not hurting other people. We different. We're not the same. Because in reality, just because somebody treated you some way doesn't mean you get to treat everybody shitty. Because somebody in your life fucked you over. Because you chose not to grow from that, that's not nobody's problem. That's yours. So you want to take your anger and your frustration and you want to have temper tantrums and be mad at the world because you got hurt. However way, shape, or form your trauma was to you. And instead of healing from that and becoming a better person, you decided to be bitter and you decided to be you decided to be your abuser. You turned into your abuser. You didn't stand up to your abuser. You became the abuser and started being and abusing other people because you hurt. Instead of confronting your abuser or whoever hurt you, whoever you assume hurt you, because some people could perceive that somebody did something. It could be all in their fucking imagination, but hey, it is what it is. Because there's people that just are sadistic and sick and the strangers and that come for you because they're sick, sadistic. So it don't even gotta be because they know you either. So let me I put all the groups in there. Because it is not always somebody that's familiar. It could be somebody that's very unfamiliar, fucking stranger, that's my fucking Karen type of bitch. Motherfuckers that don't know how to mind their fucking business, that always think they gotta put their 2 cents into something, or put their nose in something, or think they have the authority over something. A Karen ass motherfucker. That's what I'm gonna call them, basically. I don't know what you call a masculine Karen. I don't know. But we got that. Narcissistic ass energy, Karen ass motherfuckers. Out here self-destructing because they're not getting their way, because their way is not the way. Their way is the wrong way. And they're really out here thinking that they could control or puppet or cause some type of damage to somebody's life. And then get away with it. It might blow my mind how somebody was out here trying to fucking set me up for money for it. And I know I resonate with this because motherfuckers hacking my shit. And I show proof on my channel that motherfuckers be hacking my shit. I let videos slide. I don't fucking edit my videos at all. So every time you see my shit buffer and the video cut, is because somebody's trying to shut my video down. So yeah, man. Because they're not going to try to shut somebody down that's telling lies, right? They only shut down and try to cause a miscommunication with people who are speaking truth. They always twist the words of people who are speaking truth to make them look bad. They always try to humiliate people who are speaking truth, who represent something real, of value, because we speaking truth. They do that to it's a repeated history. I don't know why nobody's actually fucking seeing the signs. It's a repeat of history. Just because it's happening to somebody that's not in the real fucking TV and the public, just because I'm somebody that's small in the right now, don't mean I'm not somebody's importance. So if they look at me as somebody small and nobody that's going through this, how they put other people of importance, that means I'm somebody of importance. And people who have gone through what I'm going through are people who represent people of importance. No matter what fucking background, nationality, gender, or what fucking occupation they held, or money or financial bracket they in. They could be a bum in the street and still have be somebody of importance. You never know that you could be talking to a motherfucking angel in the motherfucking street. That's why you never treat people badly. And I learned a little lesson earlier today. But then again, I was a little bit hot with my mouth, a little extra with my mouth today, and I could have just died it down. But everybody was in the same energy though, and I wasn't the first one. I just end up feeding off of somebody else's energy, and I might. Anyway, let me shut up. But somebody cut the line, and he cut 3 people in the line, and the first person grunted and said something, and I was like, word, but I just kept on talking like an idiot. Because I was in the energy. I was already I'm not with the shits outside, because as soon as I was walking to the supermarket, I was already getting that feeling like either somebody was watching me or following me, or somebody was outside that was sending me some type of spell work, because I started belching when I was walking to the supermarket. So they sent some type of energy to me while I was walking to the market today. And I didn't realize that until I got back into the house. The way I was spoke, I wasn't getting too disrespectful with him, but I didn't realize there was probably something wrong with him until I had to get into the line. When I got into the line, because he was still at the register, and I had to listen to him because he was talking, and he could have been old or he could have been drunk, and I think it was a drunk thing, because he was bitching about the tax at the register. So the nigga was drunk, and I'm belching, so that was a confirmation for me. Not only that, is somebody's also trying to send me some type of heart shit. So, and I'm gonna say this, and I say this earlier today. Anybody that does any heart chakra attack, I manifest that you catch a motherfucking stroke, and that you lose one side of your motherfucking body so that you can learn how to relive again your life again. And that's being what's the word that I'm trying to say? And that's being nice, because you still living. That's basically as how I'm gonna say it. You trying to affect my heart and cause me to be emotional or cause me to have some type of health problems, you're gonna catch a stroke, because that's what happens to people when they catch heart attacks. They catch a stroke, and sometimes when you catch a stroke or a heart attack, you lose the sometimes people lose the function of their body, of one side. So you out here are trying to affect my heart and my health. What's going to happen is that's how it's going to manifest in a stroke. And it's not a death. It's a stroke that's going to end up you losing one side of your body, which you will need to learn how to live again. You get it? So let's see if you can overcome that. And there's some people who just having a fatal ending. Because somebody's trying to make me sick, and been trying to make me sick this entire weekend. attacking my stomach, send me heart attack spells. I haven't really been doing so much belching in a minute. And for this past weekend, I've been belching a lot. Now, somebody send me something. Somebody else has a speech impediment. Because look, I'm slurring on my words. So this energy that came out on the table is my energy. It's not even collective. Return to sender. You really can't do nothing. My heart is made of freaking vibranium, motherfucker. Gold, titanium, divine light, protection. You can't affect my heart. You cannot cause any health spells. You cannot cause any heart attack. I'm not going to automatically have some type of health malfunction on camera and you're going to see me pass out on the camera because you're trying to see some type of death happen on screen. How sick and sadistic are you? That you want somebody's death to be recorded? This is why people like you need to be permanently gone from this earth. Because y'all sick in the head. The way y'all think. Y'all not functioning right in there. That's some crazy shit. No wonder you're going through some type of self-destruction and a repetitive cycle. You carry a parasitic energy. You're a fucking virus. You're a demonic energy. You're toxic. It's crazy. So this is my energy. This is not even collective. But it doesn't matter because it's more than one person. But it's crazy how I said somebody with a speech impediment is coming in my energy. And it is. Is this collective energy? This is just saying no automatically. This is not collective energy. This is my energy. So whoever is attacking me, collective, try to set me up for money fraud in my work community, which confirms the whole hacking shit with the YouTube app. And endings is happening to them, and this person has a speech impediment. Whoever this is that's in my energy has a speech impediment. They slurred or they mumble. And you could see, you could tell in my video that I was slurring and mumble because I don't slur or mumble. Only when somebody with this stupid speech impediment is in my energy. Doing necromancy. Somebody with speech impediment is doing necromancy on me. Because they getting defeated. They defeated. Because they defeated, getting defeated. They getting casted out of a coven society, organization, a job, whatever the fuck it is. That's not my problem. That's yours because you the whack ass bitch and you ain't got no magic and you not nobody. You a nobody. You should have left me alone. You can't come for everybody. You can't attack everybody. You can't unalive everybody. I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all are. Y'all not God and y'all walk around here like y'all fucking God and you not. And God is showing you, motherfucker, you ain't nobody. And you mad that God is showing that you nobody, that you have no magic, that you're really not God. You being mad. You getting in your feelings and you're being mad because you can't unalive somebody. You can't end somebody's life. You can't set somebody up for money, fraud. You can't do none of that bullshit. You're pissed off. Yeah, that's right. God got me. God protects me and everything. Why I don't understand why y'all don't believe in God? Y'all believe in the devil and all this demonic shit. Where you think all this devil demonic shit come from in the first place? If God didn't create it, it wouldn't be here in the first place. You wouldn't be able to call on the devil or these demons. There's only one God of everything. There might be other realms and planets, but this realm right here is one God of all gods, all created, one creator for all the creators. We're not saying that this world was created by only one. It was created. He needed help. He had help, of course. Everybody needs help. It takes a village to raise a child, right? There's a reason why there's that saying. There's a reason for that saying. It takes a village to raise a child, to build a community, right? So God created other creators. What you think I am? I'm another creator. Creating. I need y'all to understand. These karmics need to understand that there's only one God. To all the other gods or energies or whatever you pray to, there's only one. The one. And that one represents the good and the bad. The positive and the negative. The yin and the yang. You are in God's representation. You are the image of God. So which image of God are you going to represent? The good part or the bad part? Because there's a good side and a bad side. Because God could be a loving God, a merciful God, but God is also a vengeful. God is not a jealous God. There's no jealousy in him, but he is a vengeful God. He don't play. He did. If people go by the Bible, what did he do? He wiped out the giants and all that, right? They believe that, right? They don't want us to believe it, but it's still out there. Created the great flood, right? Noah had to build an ark. Because there was going to be a great flood. Why? Because he was wiping out and washing out and starting all over again. Confirmation, sirens. If these people go by the Bible, right? The land that we live on, the rocks, are people, giants. These mountains and these petrified trees. These mountains are petrified trees. Old, big-ass trees that have dried up and hardened. That's what the mountain is in the world we live in. We walking on the dead. Literally. Dead giants, dead giant animals and sea creatures and dogs and cows and lizards and elephants and people. We walking on them. We living on this. This is why it's ancient grounds. And we live underneath. This is what is this. Anyway, let me shut up. Yeah, some of these people don't believe in these things. But you ever look at some mountains and they look like they're shaped as a person or an animal? You think somebody sat there and took the time and carved that shit? Nature just magically carved a rock into looking like a creature? No. Make it make sense. You really think these tall figures that look like real figures is carved by the mountain people in the jungle, and they spent their life carving face figure bodies so tall? No, come on, man. Now I'm being just dramatic and shit over here because people need to really wake up. Really need to open their mind. Open your mind and see. Actually open your eyes and see the world for what it is. It's much bigger than you think. You ever seen Men in Black? In the end of the movie, he opens the fucking shit and they're actually the small ones. That there's a whole world just like him, the same shit, but they're giants. Message. There be messages in the movies. You need to pay attention. Hello, hint, hint. Star Wars, motherfucker. Star Wars. I've been saying this. We live in the Star Wars. They've been trying to program y'all that we are living in a world of other beings. We live with other beings. I don't know why you thinking we not on this earth, that we don't. There's nothing else on here. Not everything that you see is fake. People be catching these fucking creatures that they're not supposed to be caught, but they end up getting caught anyway because they just not fast with it. Or maybe they just meant to get caught. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to wake up. We live in a big universe. Big, enormous universe. We're just a tiny little speck of it. There is so much out there. So, collective. On that note, I'm done. That was the message. It didn't matter if I pull cards or not. It was still the same message. And this was my energy. Whoever is attacking me, this person, this energy, anybody, this group, this organization, they are self-destructing. And my upstairs neighbors is making some movements. So, I'm done. I'm going to go back to watching my show because I wasn't even going to get on today. But as soon as I take a little break, I get that little message. And I'm like, oh, darn, time to do a message. And I didn't know if I wanted to do this on camera or not. But hey, maybe I needed to do this on camera. For the ones that are online that are trying to set me up. Or maybe it's the neighbors, whichever neighbors it is. And the people in the vicinity. Past, current, work. All of y'all. Whoever participated. There at this ending. That was a message for me to let me know that there's a complete end to these people. That made my night. That made my night, collective. Do you know that? Do you know that made my night? To know that this is the energy that they in. This is lovely. I know it's horrible for me to be feeling this way, but hey, these people that's coming for me are in a self-destruction. They're harming themselves through their own actions, habits, and decisions. They're in a toxic cycle that's going to continue to repeat because they have unhealthy patterns. And these people are going to continue to be in unhealthy, toxic relationships because they're not learning anything from the mistakes that they're making. They're not growing from it. So they're never going to grow from it. That they being trapped. You think that's not making my day? That they feeling trapped? They feeling stuck in a never-ending loop with no progress. They know that they doing shit and nothing is progressing. They not getting no progress in what they're doing to me. Ah, shit. And they know that there's nothing happening. And that they know that there's no progress in what they're doing. That I already know that they're obsessed. That I know that they're self-sabotaging themselves. They out here self-sabotage. So the universe wants them to know that you are in a self-sabotage energy. And you are self-sabotaging your opportunities, your success, and your happiness. So these people have sabotaged their whole world. Whatever will make anybody happy in their life, which would be a good opportunity, great success, and happiness. Anybody wants to be happy, right? Doesn't even matter what makes them happy. They're not even going to be happy. It don't even matter. And that they're going to become repeatedly facing the same lessons that they didn't learn. And that means they haven't learned a lot. And it depends on what they have done. So collective. If they was doing death magic and they was doing shit on over and over and they was doing a lot of crazy sadistic, I can never say that word properly. Sadistic shit. Oh, you know they getting some crazy, you know they gonna be suffering. And that's not even saying I want you to suffer, even though I don't give a fuck. I want them out of my energy. I don't give a fuck what God does to you. Take you out, don't take you out. I don't give a fuck what karmic lesson you learn. And I don't give a fuck. Me, generally, personally. I don't care about these people. I don't care about their lives. I don't care about their family. I don't give a shit. I'm in that same energy that they in mine. I give two fucks about you and yours because you didn't give a fuck about me and mine. So if a motherfucker think I'm going to have some type of empathy or sympathy on their family, on their children, you crazy. Motherfucker was trying to unalive me and unalive my child, unalive my family, period. They did a lot. A little bit too much. And I'm lucky that I'm still here, that I'm still breathing, that I'm still sane. That I haven't gone crazy like how they wanted me. Because that was never going to happen. Thank God. You was never going to succeed in making me look crazy out here like you wanted to. I'm not your puppet, bitch. I control my own movements. I am on no string. God guides me. He don't control me. He guides me. You're a controlled person. You're a controlled energy. You are chained and bound to the motherfucking demonic devil energy with no escape. And you thought that you were going to get some type of escape and switch your energy and replace me for you and you for me? Some type of face-off type of movie shit? You trying to literally rip the face off my skin and wear it as yours? And walk around pretend that you a good person? Mind you, this is a movie about a criminal and a cop. So you out here trying to pretend that you are a cop, but you dirty. So this could be a dirty cop. Look at that. You see the connection? Confirmation with the fucking sirens. This is a dirty cop that was trying to set me up for money fraud. Oh, look. More noise for confirmation. A racing car. Look at that. I love it. So a dirty ass. Oh, somebody could be doing some spell work right now and they got smoke going on. That fire alarm is going off. Somebody burning something. Or they're burning a meal. Somebody burning something. Another confirmation, a fire alarm. That's 3 confirmations. A car alarm, a speeding car, and a smoke alarm. Oh. Another 3 for 3 spirit. We're going to get another 3. Do I need any more confirmation? So this is a dirty popo. Dirty cop or dirty with a speech impediment that's trying to set me up for money fraud. Lord have mercy. Why would cop be trying to set me up for money fraud? What this dirty cop got to do with me, man? It said related to me by a marriage. So there's a dirty cop that's related to me by a marriage. Somebody that's married into my family is a dirty popo. On the low. Who is this ex? Look, wow. A scammer, con artist, a thief. Wow. Who is this ex-cop married to? Or related to me in a way? A soulmate? Somebody's a soul, a nephew? Mother? A mother? A gang? No, soulmate. A scammer that's a part of a gang society organization. A mother's soulmate? Who is this dirty cop connection to me? A witch or warlock? A karmic friend? A karmic friend? A daughter? A aunt? A karmic friend's daughter, aunt, karmic friend, a daughter, or aunt. Here we go with this aunt energy. A karmic friend of mine could be a dirty cop and they could have married somebody's daughter. Or they involved, related to me by marriage. They could have married somebody's daughter and they married my aunt's daughter. And the only aunts I have are on my mother's father's side. So my grandfather from my mother's side. Which would be the only grandfather that I really have, because I don't know the grandfather from my father's side. I don't know the father's side of my family like that. I've never met them in person. Okay? I've communicated with them a while ago when we found out that I had brothers and sisters, and there was really no connection that was really made like that. But it was on my Facebook. I know I got some nieces and nephews, and I got an uncle that's younger than me that's adopted my grandmother from my father's side. Somebody when I was younger. So I have an uncle that's younger than me on my father's side of the family, and I have uncles and aunts on my mother's father's side. But I have one uncle on my mother's grandmother's side, which is also my godfather. And that one uncle is a representation of both my grandmother and my grandfather. Because obviously, that's my mother's brother, right? So, I don't have no aunt. I have no aunts on my grandmother's side. I have one uncle. And on my grandfather's side, I don't know. There's a few aunts. I know I had a few aunts and two uncles, and one of the uncles died, and one of the uncles was a twin. And one of the uncles was a cop. I don't know if the one that was a police died or not. So, I'm just saying. It says grandmother, stalker, catfisher. My grandmother passed away, and their grandmother, my mother's, this lady's still alive. Does this have any representation of my grandfather's side? That lady's still alive. So, if it's that karmic friend married into my family, and the only family that they can marry to that I have an aunt in is my grandfather from my mother's side. That's the only logical family that it could be. If a karmic friend married an aunt of mine. Grandmother stalking, catfishing. And the grandmother on that side, their mother, which would be the aunt, my aunt on my grandfather's side, which would be my grandmother from that side, supposedly, but their mother is still alive. And she old as shit. God forgive me, but she looked like the Crypt Keeper. And I'm not even lying. And she's light skinned. And I think she got red hair. Or she used to. Or auburn. Sorry, I was munching on a watermelon. I was munching on a yellow watermelon. So forgive me. My mouth is dry. But I'm about to end this because there's no point. I'm done. So if this is a connection, a karmic friend could be a cop, a dirty cop that married into my family. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care who married into my family, what side you married into, and what you tried to do. At the end of the day, you're not going to get away with it. You didn't get away with it, and you're going through a fucking destruction. And I'm glad that I got this message, because now I can continue the rest of my day cramming and finishing watching my show like I've been doing, continuing to rest and relax and rejuvenate. I wasn't even going to get online until tomorrow. I was enjoying my weekend, cramming my TV show. So I'm going to go and finish doing that. And yeah, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. But that was the message. So you have anybody in your life, collective, this could be pertaining to you as well. Even though this was my energy, but you could be going through something in your life that somebody was trying to sabotage you, and if they were out here trying to come for you and come at you, however ways, physical, spiritual, energetically, however the way you were. See, somebody's trying to scramble my words. Somebody make me be hooked on phonics. Somebody's trying to make me sound like I'm not making no sense, like I don't make no sense, that I don't know what I'm talking about. I already know what you're trying to do. Every time you try to scramble my energy or scramble my words, I catch you. Because anybody knows that I'll be out here slipping up my words and tripping up on my words and be sounding stupid. I make perfect sense. So when you try to get me stuck and try to get me sounding stuck on stupid or tripping on my words, I know what you're doing. So you can sit here and try to do all that mental manipulation all you want, my nigga or my bitch. But it ain't gonna work. But I thank you for the energy that you're sending me. I take your energy. I'm gonna manifest off of it, and I hope you are drained dry from your energy supply. You will not be healing from me. You will not be causing any nothing. You won't be doing anything. Stop thinking that I don't know what you're doing. I catch that shit real quick. Sorry, you're not going to get me to trip up on my words. So just cut it out. Somebody's out here trying to do some type of mental manipulation on me. Trying to scramble some either throat chakra type shit to get my words to scramble. I'm hearing so much ringing right now, it's not even funny. Now I'm hearing hot like fire. I just heard I duking. Somebody, these people are about to get spiritually knocked out. It's about to be hot like fire. The day about to expire. Bars. Drop the bars. Collective, peace out. Peace out after that bar I just dropped. Anyway, I hope you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll check y'all on Monday. Because somebody doing too much right now. They mad. At the end of the day, you just letting me know that you mad. You out here trying to scramble my words. Trying to make me sound like I'm stupid online. I don't really care. People do get tripped up on their words when they talk anyway, so it doesn't even matter. You're not making me feel no way. I'm not embarrassed, stupid. You're trying to get me to feel embarrassed or something. I don't feel embarrassed. There's nothing I need to be ashamed about. You can't put no shame on me. There's nothing that you could possibly do. There's things that happen to people every day. People trip, people fall, and if you embarrassed by or fucking tripping up on your words, or when you're reading something and you fucking stuttering on the words, if you embarrassed by that, then you would be embarrassed in life, period. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Be your fucking self. Fuck what people think. I ain't never gave a fuck about what people thought about me. So I don't know why y'all sitting here getting me to feel some type of way if you getting me to look stupid online, because I don't look stupid online. That's what you feel. How your opinion. Because as you can see, I'm speaking perfectly clear. With no stuttering. With no tripping on my words. And I'm speaking some facts. So I know when somebody's in my energy trying to hijack my fucking vocabulary and trying to get me out here to sound stupid. You ain't that powerful, baby. Stop thinking that you puppeteering something. Because you're not puppeteering anything. But I appreciate your energy, though, that you're sending. Doesn't matter whether it's negative or not. It's still energy, and I could transmute that bitch. And use it for myself. And that's what I've been doing. That's why you're losing and I'm winning. This is why you're eating your own tail. You're consuming yourself. And I'm going through some type of transformation and rebirth. And I'm going to continue to go through this transformation and rebirth. I'm going to continue to grow and heal and manifest. And you're going to continue to be self-destruct. You're consuming yourself. Literally. Because you can't feed off of me. You're consuming your own self. And you're going through a repetitive cycle. And you keep losing. But you keep trying. But you keep losing. But you keep trying. Aren't you getting tired? That you keep trying and you keep losing. You're not going to get the outcome that you want. You're not going to set me up. You're not going to get me to look out like I'm crazy. You're not going to get to beat me up and jump me. You're not going to unalive me, not physically or spiritually. I don't know why I've been trying for time and God only knows how long I've been trying. This could be happening since I was a child. This could be happening from what ex-brother. Who knows? From what group? From what timeline of mine when I fucking was born on this earth did this start? Who fucking knows? Go to God. I can't go based on every reading either. So it doesn't even matter from what timeline. Whenever timeline this started, it doesn't even matter how long it started. At the end of the day, it happens no more. It ends now because I'm aware of what you're doing. And once a person is aware, it's done. It's what y'all don't comprehend. That I'm very aware of what you're doing. I'm very aware of when you send me spell work, the type of spell that you're sending me. I'm aware of when you're fucking trying to harm my cats, when you're trying to send spell work to my animals. And I've been noticing that from a minute by the way they look and the way they act sometimes. Trying to harm my animals, trying to harm my child in real life. You did a lot already. You thought that you were going to break me by this spell work, removing people from my life. I was supposed to learn abandonment. I was supposed to heal from abandonment issues. I want to break it down that what you thought that you were doing was actually lessons that I was supposed to heal from. So you thought that you was going to put me in isolation and strip everybody. So you was doing spell work to try to take everybody from my life, right? My child, my mother, my family, my friends, connections, and all that, right? So the more you know that I love my family a lot, right? Family means everything. So you was like, oh, let's take that. She's going to hurt. She's going to break, right? Because you know that I was going through mama problems, right? Going through shit, right? You thought that because I didn't have nobody that I was going to be suicidal and take myself out, right? That I was just going to break and be one broken person, right? Because I felt like my mama didn't love me and I had no family and I had no friends and nobody there for me. Okay, yeah, I cried those boo-hoo tears for a little while. I did that pity party for a little bit. I said them things. Yeah, a long time ago. I used to do that self-pity shit. Oh, yes, I used to do that. That's when I was young and stupid and still young-minded and still childish. That's that's what happens when you're young. You do child things because you're still in a childlike mind frame. You're still a teenager. You're a young adult. You're still learning. You're growing, you know? So you're going to make mistakes. I don't know why people think that because you make mistakes, you don't learn from them. Just because these karmics, they don't learn from their mistakes. And it says it there. They don't learn from their mistakes. They are in a toxic cycle, repeating the same unhealthy pattern, relationship, or mistakes without growth. They make mistakes. They get karma. They don't grow. They don't learn from their mistakes. They keep on doing the same thing. When you make a mistake once or twice, okay, it's once or twice. But the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and any number after that is not a mistake. You are consciously, purposely doing this. You know what you're doing and you're doing it. It's not a mistake. It's a pattern. You want to do it. It's a choice you're making. An unhealthy choice, a toxic choice, but it's a choice that you made. And now these people's lives are getting destroyed and they want to be mad at a bitch. You can't be mad at a bitch because you're a toxic ass motherfucker that didn't learn lessons. You still in this childlike energy and not wanting to grow up. Whose fault is that? Yours. No one else's. You can't blame nobody else for your shitty ass life and your unfulfilled goals. You didn't achieve your goals because you didn't want to. You went down the path you chose because it was your choice. Nobody said to make that choice. You know right and wrong. You knew what to do. You chose to do wrong, and that's your choice. You live by temptation. You live off fear, desire, want. Not what you need is what you want, and that's what you feed off. Well, I want it. It's probably not a necessity for you because you want it, you feel like you need it. So you got to have it and you think you can take whatever you want. You can't take whatever you want. Because everything is, nor is a soul. Somebody's soul is not yours either. Somebody's essence or destiny is not yours either. You psychopath. Y'all psychopaths. That need to be put down. Like y'all got rabies. Because that's how y'all acting. Like a rabid animal. Untamed. Uncultivated. That need to be caged. And euthanized. That's what you are. A rabid animal that needs to be euthanized and put out their fucking misery. Peace out, collective. That is how I'm going to end the message.